Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It is time to do another check-in for all of the products that I want to pan this year. I have been doing this project for the last 2 years, I believe. I might have had a list previous years, but I've been trying to finish 50 products for the last 2 years. So this is going to be the Q2 check-in, so like the halfway point. I'm going to let you know where I'm sitting with the products that I'm still working on in this project, which ones I've finished, and just overall kind of how I'm doing. So before I jump into that, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's jump into the video. Alright, so we're starting off the list from the top, moving down, and the first kind of category we have are base products, and first up we do have a concealer. And that is this concealer right here, which you might recognize if you watched my product pan, like my rolling product pan. This is the Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Concealer in C0. So this is just a white concealer, and I've been using this one as my eyeshadow primer, but I'm happy to say that I have actually completed this one. So this is an empty for the quarter. Very happy. It took me absolutely forever to finish. Again, if you follow along my rolling product pan, you would know that, but yeah. This one is now at least done, which I am super pleased with. Then secondly, for kind of concealer type of product, we have my Becca Under Eye Corrector, which I'm currently working on again in my rolling product pan. So I have made really good progress on this one. I've been able to pan on it in the past quarter, and I don't have very much left of it. If you look from the side, it is very like shallow in there, and yeah, I don't think I have too much product left. I do think this is one that I can definitely finish in the next quarter, so that is going to be a goal for this specific product. Then the third kind of concealer type of product I'm going to skip over because I finished that one in Q1. That was my Kosas concealer. That one is already completed and off the list, so it's another empty, I guess, for this project, but not for right now. Then we do have my Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream in the shade Natural 05. This is one of the other base products that I'm trying to finish. It is the foundation that I have on my list this year, and this one I actually have now rolled into my rolling product pan, so I'm working on it there. And unfortunately I'm not able to see through the packaging of this one, but I do feel like it's getting lower. Just like feeling it, I feel like maybe it will be down to like here. So I do think it is feasible to finish this one. Not sure how quickly though, but I do kind of want to put in a goal as well to finish this one in next quarter. I do think I can do that, and especially because this shade is a little bit deep for me. I would ideally like to finish it before the winter time, because I want to make sure that I can actually use this one when I still have a little bit of a tan. We have two primers that were on the original list. One of them have already finished. It's kind of like a sun cream primer, but that was the Hamish Artless Glow Base. I finished that one in Q1, so that is ticked off the list. And then the second one is this right here, which was in my deco panning. This is the Professional from Benefit. It's just like a deluxe size. And I had in the goal to finish it, and if you've been following along that project, you might know that I did complete that goal. So I did actually finish this one up, which means that we have another empty and another thing off the list, which I am again super happy with. Every time I finish something off the list, it's so satisfying, just like taking it on my little spreadsheet with all of the products on, and yeah, super happy. It was quite a recent empty, so it's definitely nice that I managed to get through this one before the end of Q2. Then we have two products that I already finished in Q1. We have the Milk Makeup Setting Spray and the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Powder. Both of those were completed in Q1, so I'm not going to bring them up because again, they're already in my empties bag, and if you want to see them, you can check out my first update for this project. Then we're moving on to more powders. I do have a couple more that I'm trying to finish. First up is the Kosas powder. This is the Closet powder in Comfy, which is a little bit deep for me again, similarly to the Bare Minerals shade. I do think this one would maybe suit me pretty well now, but unfortunately I haven't rolled this one into a project yet because I'm currently panning a different powder, which I will talk about next. But I'm hoping to get to this one too this year, and if not, I'm going to roll over to next year. But ideally I would like to at least start working on it at some point. But yeah, for now it's not in any project yet, so I haven't started working on it. And the product that I'm working on instead right now is the Chanel, what's it called? Natural Finish Pressed Powder in the shade Translucent 3. And this one I have in my Yellow product pan, and this one here is currently empty, but that is because I had really massive pan on it and I needed to repress it. And just for simplicity's sake, because this packaging is a little bit annoying because it has like the ridges around it, I decided to press it into my Charlotte Tilbury compact instead. So this is what this one looks like now. That is how much I have left of it. So it's a decent amount of powder left for sure. But I'm hoping to again get through this one in the next couple of months and at least have this done by the next quarterly update. The next product category we have are highlighters, and I have two highlighting palettes next actually. The first one is my Pan That Face palette. So if you don't want any spoilers, make sure to check out my last update. I'm filming this one quite close to the last update, even though this one is going up later. But this is what my face palette now looks like. I was able to pan on this shade in the last quarter, which is super exciting. And I'm getting some use out of all 3 shades, but obviously nowhere near finishing it. And I have kind of realized that I don't think I'm going to finish this one fully this year. My goal would be to completely finish this shade and then hit pan on the other 2, and then you see how far I can get. But for now, of course, it's staying in, and it's probably going to stay in this project until the very end of the year. We have a very exciting update with my Sleek Solstice palette. This is a highlighting palette that I tried to finish last year, but I had 1 shade remaining, and I have been planning that one in my yellow project pan as well. But if you're following along that project, this palette is now complete. I am so excited. I have that pan here, but you can see that it's completely done. So we do have another empty, and honestly, I could not be more happy about it. I am so pleased to have this done. I worked on it for so long. I put so much effort into this palette, and it is finally done. And we have another highlighter empty as well in my collection, which is so exciting because it's a category where my numbers need to go down a little bit. So yeah, another empty, which again, super pleased with, and I can't believe this palette is finally done. Another highlighter we have in this project, yeah, this is the last highlighter that I have, is my Pie The Impossible Glow highlighting drops, which I worked on last year again, but I didn't quite finish it. It was down to there last year, but I have been working on this one this year, and you have some new progress marks right here. This one is super close to being done. I don't know if you can see it down there at the bottom, but it's not much left of this one. So I probably could have finished it if I wanted to by this quarterly update, but I love this one in summer. I love wearing this one when it's hot, when I can have like, you know, open shoulders, stuff like that. So I have kind of intentionally saved this one, but it's one that's definitely going to be empty for next month. It's going to be one of my goals to finish next month, not next month, next quarter, and I don't think I'm going to have any issues with that at all. So this one is for sure going to be an easy empty for the next update. We are moving on to some more cheek products, and next up is blush, and I have 1 blush in this project, and that is very lucky because this blush is gonna take some time to finish. Not even sure if I'm gonna get through it this year, but that is the Frat Boy blush from The Balm. I do have a very exciting update though. Again, if you didn't catch my last Rolling Project Pan update, make sure to check that out because I did actually hit pan on it. Finally, I just hit pan on this one a couple of days ago, and I couldn't be happier. I am so excited because that means that I'm going to be able to track progress a little bit more obviously with this one now. Am I still doubtful that I can finish this one? For sure. We will just see how long it takes. I have definitely focused my brush in that specific area. You can probably see how deep that dip is there. Yeah, you can definitely see, I think, in that angle, but it's a lot of product around it, so we'll see. I'm very, again, doubtful that I will be able to finish this one. It's 100% not going to be done in next quarter. If so, it's going to be done before the end of the year, but again, I really do doubt that, but any progress I can make on this blush is going to be a success. Then for bronzers, we had 2 bronzers on the list, and one of them I already finished, which was the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte Bronzer, which I finished in quarter 1. And then the second one I have now started working on, which is the LYS No Limits Matte Bronzer in the shade Motivate, which is light, but this one is really not that light of a bronzer. It's moving quite slowly because it's very pigmented and quite deep, to be honest. It's also very warm tone, which hasn't been the easiest. So I need to be quite careful with this one, but I have worked on it for the last couple of months, and yeah, there is a little bit of a dip, but I don't know if you can pick that up at all. Luckily, this product doesn't have too much product. It has 6.5 grams, which is a decent amount, I guess, but not like an insane amount. So I'm still hopeful that I can finish this one before the end of the year, but again, not 100%. We're just gonna see how it goes. I think if I'm not able to make a lot of progress on this one in summer, I might franken this one for the end of the year, because I know this one will be way too dark for me for the like last 3 months of the year or so. So by the next update, if I don't have, again, significant progress on it, I will probably franken this one with a powder, potentially like the Kosas powder or the Chanel powder if that's still around. Use something slightly lighter so that I can change the tone of this one a little bit and make it easy to work with. But for now, I'm working away on it as it is, and still got a long way to go. Currently though, when I'm using that bronzer, I'm actually mixing it a lot with this product right here, which is my Kevyn Aucoin Sculpting Powder in Light. I have really been enjoying this one, again, mixed with a bronzer. I'm not wearing it that way today though, because I went for more of a warm toned look today, so I wanted to keep the warmth of the bronzer, but for the daily, I do mix it with this one. I don't have too much progress on it, but it might be able to see a little bit of a dip right there. But yeah, I'm happy that I managed to find a way to use this one, because this is a product that is in my Yulon product pan, and I really struggle to find ways to work on it and wear it because I don't like contouring my face very much. So I'm really happy that I was able to find a way to reach for this one, and that's been like my preferred way to go about this product. But yeah, this one is definitely not going to be done by next quarter either. It's definitely in it for the long haul too. I'm just hoping, fingers crossed, that I can finish it before the end of the year. Okay, so we are moving on to eyeshadows next, and we have my two Pana palettes, which contains majority of the eyeshadows that I'm trying to finish this year. But first one out of those is my Soft Glam palette, so this is one product. And this one I'm working away on. Again, make sure to check out my update if you don't want any spoilers for either of these two palettes. But this is what this palette looks like now. Definitely working away on it. You can see a lot of pans are full, but like these are all kind of Franken shades, apart from this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. The rest is Franken shades, which means that they're quite shallow, and also going to be easier to finish. So yeah, I'm still hopeful I can finish this palette. I am going to try to finish every single shade in here apart from the black. And if I don't finish the black, I'm still going to count this as a success. And I'm still going to count this one as an empty before the end of the year, even though technically I didn't finish that black. But I don't reach for black eyeshadows that often. I could use it as like a liner or something like that, but it would just take years and years to get through it that way. So I'm kind of discounting the black out of this palette and just trying to finish the rest. And then, like I said, majority, apart from, well, one shade that I already finished and another one that I'm working on, are in my BYOP for the year. So this is my other part of eyeshadows that I'm trying to finish, and I have 12 eyeshadows, so 12 different products in here, and that is my singles. So this is what this one looks like, and I have some really good progress on this palette compared to last time. It looks like I finished one shade, which is this shade right here, and technically I have, in the sense of like it's empty in this palette. However, I do have that shade in some of those Franken shadows in Soft Glam, which means that technically, like officially, that this one won't be done until I finish those Franken shades. So I'm not counting it as an empty for this month, but my goal is to finish those Frankens by the next quarterly update so that this one can officially be done. On top of that, my goal to finish for next quarter will be to finish this one, which I am very close to at the moment. This is Prima Drama from Colourpop. So I'm going to try to finish this one, and then definitely also Bombawi. Love that shade, especially in summer, so I think that one I should be able to get through. And ideally one more shadow. Not sure which one, but I want to hone in and finish one more shade. Maybe it will be Laser, maybe Vegas Bliss, one of those two potentially, but we'll see what I feel like. But one more shadow out of this palette, apart from those that I already mentioned, I want done. So ideally that would be 4 empty shades by the next quarterly update. Then lastly, for the eyeshadows that I'm currently working on, we have my Stila Magnificent Metal in Metallic Peach, which I have in my Yellow Project pan. I'm working away on it, but it's just taking a long time. Pan is massive on this shade, and I'm trying to incorporate it when I can. But I don't think this one is going to be done in the next quarter either. I think this one is going to take me all the way to the year, which is a bit unfortunate because I just really want this one done, but I'm not reaching for it regularly enough to have it done in the next 3 months, I think. So my ultimate goal is just to have this one done by the end of the year, which I still have 6 months to reach, so fingers crossed I can do that. So the last products on the list are all lipsticks, so let's go through them. I'm going to let you know if I'm currently working on them or not, and kind of breeze through the ones that I'm not. So first up we have my MAC lipstick in Relentlessly Red. I'm working on, well, I have 3 MAC lipsticks off the list, and this one I used to have in my Project Apocalypse, but I took a break from it, so this is how much I have left of it. Again, not working on it at the moment, but I'm hopeful that I can finish this one before the end of the year. A very similar situation with this here, which is Please Me from MAC. I did have this one again in my Product Apocalypse, but I rolled it out, and this is how much I have left of it. Again, I'm hopeful I can finish this one. I'm going to roll it in again towards like autumn winter, because this is not like my favorite summer lipstick, but I do like it in those seasons, and that's why I decided to take a break from it. But I am again hopeful I can finish this one towards the end of the year. Then instead of those two, I did actually start working on this lipstick, which is again obviously also from MAC. This is the shade Ruby Woo, which is a red, and that is how much I've left of it. Not very much, but it was basically at this point early in the year too. I just started working on it and I have only reached for it a handful of times. It is my ultimate favorite red though, so I am hopeful I can get through this one. I just have to make a little bit of an effort to reach for more reds. So we have a couple more products that I'm currently working on. Also in my Product Apocalypse, we have this lipstick, which is the Milani Naked Lipstick, which is one of the matte lipsticks, and I'm trying to get through this one. That is how much I've left of it. I do think it has moved, but it's not one that I'm reaching for that much now in summer. It's definitely more of a winter type of nude for me. So again, not sure if I can finish it in the next 3 months, but ultimately again before the end of the year. We do have this lipstick, which I am trying to not finish. I'm trying to work on slowly in my deco panning for 30 uses, but ultimately finish this year. And that is my Charlotte Tilbury medium, what's it called? Pillow Talk medium shade, and I really love this one. Again, a little bit more of an autumn winter shade though for me, so that's why I'm moving so slowly with it in that project, but at least I'm making a little bit of progress here and there. But I'm not sure if this one is going to be done. I think it might be one that rolls over to next year, but whatever progress I can make on this one will be a success. Then speaking of Charlotte Tilbury, I do have one lipstick that I already finished, and that is the shade Lucky Diamonds. I also, by the way, forgot to mention, but we do have a eyeshadow that I finished in Q1, which was my Burberry eyeshadow in Rosewood. That one I finished in Q1, but I forgot to mention that earlier when I talked about eyeshadows. But yeah, like I said, for Charlotte Tilbury, I do have one finished lipstick, which is the shade Lucky Diamonds, which is one of the Pillow Talk Diamond lipsticks, again finished in Q1. Then we have this lipstick right here, which I just recently rolled in. Actually, I filmed that update today, but that is my Dior Lip Glow. I rolled this one into my rolling product pan after I finished up that Sleek Solstice palette. This is how much I've left of it. Again, haven't worked on it yet, but it at least is in a project now, so I'm hoping that it can start moving quite quickly. Since this is more of a lip balm kind of formula, I am hopeful that I can actually finish this one in the next 3 months, even though I haven't worked on it before, but we're just gonna have to see how quickly it goes. But I do think this one might be an empty for next quarter. Another lipstick that I'm currently working on, which I'm actually currently wearing too, is my YSL Rouge Couture in number 17. This is what I'm wearing today. It's on my lips. You apply a little bit, and also as a cream blush today, so I'm double using it, and I'm trying to work away on this one because it is more of a summery shade, so I'm trying to get through it, and I might try to finish this one in the next quarter too, just because of the shade, because in 3 months time we'll be in, you know, 1st of August, September, October, 1st of October, and this shade is used not for October, November, December, so I am really going to try to make an effort to finish this one up in the next quarter too. We have 2 lipsticks that I have not yet started working on. We have my Smashbox Mini Be Legendary lipstick in Famous, which looks like this. Have not started working on it yet this year, so no progress yet. And then also my Balmain Fever lipstick from L'Oreal, which I worked on last year, but again this year I have not reached for it at all yet, so it is still saying the same. Then we have a couple lip glosses, and I'm working away on the lip glosses. We do have this one next, which is my NYX This Is Everything Lip Oil, and I have actually cut this open in the last quarter so I can track it, and you can see I'm making some good progress. This is definitely another one that I'm hoping to have done in the next quarter. I do think I can do it, especially because I'm going to reach for more hydrating lip products like this now, both because of summer, but also because I'm having my baby. So I'm hopeful that this one can be done, and that's going to be one of my goals for the next quarter. We'll see if I'm able to get there or not, but I will at least aim for it. Then a product that I actually don't have to show with you because it is packed in my hospital bag, and I'm not going to get it out just for this video, but you can check it out in my previous updates. It has moved a little bit, but yeah, I don't have to show it to you right now, but it is in my Product Apocalypse, so you can follow it there for future updates and also previous ones. and that is the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Juicy Gloss in the shade Apricot Pop. This is another one that I'm hoping to potentially finish because it's an easy kind of formula to reach for, again, more hydrating, and it's definitely more of a summery color too, so I am hopeful that I can get through this one in the next 3 months. Then we do have one more gloss to talk about, but we have a couple more glosses to talk about, but we have a lipstick in between. We have my Burberry lipstick in the shade Rosewood, which I am also currently trying to pan, and I'm very, very close to do that. And this is one that I reach for as a cream blush right now. It's got my go-to cream blush. Obviously today I went for the YSL one because I went for more of a warm toned look, like I said, but again, I'm very hopeful that this one can be done. I don't think it's going to take too long. I think it's going to take like 1, maybe 2 more months. So this is another one that I'm also aiming to have done by next quarter. Then another product that I'm also trying to finish in the next quarter is my Lifty Gloss from Maybelline in the shade Topaz, which I am super duper close to finishing. You might be able to see all of the windowing right there. If I scrape with the wand, you can see how empty it is. So this one doesn't have much use left in it. Of course, there is a lot of build-up by the stopper, so when I take that out, that's going to take some more work. But I think 25-30 more uses with this one and then it's done, so I don't think there's going to be any issue at all finishing this one before next update of this project. Okay, so we have almost come to the end of this. We have 4 more products to talk about, but 3 of them I am not currently working on, so I'm going to breeze over those very quickly. We have my Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink in the shade Loyalist. Not currently working on. I worked on it again last year, but not yet this year, so that is no progress. We have another gloss, and this is my Fenty, what's it called? The Gloss Bomb in the shade Fenty Glow Fantasy. And this one, again, I have not worked on yet. I'm going to roll this one in when I finish some of those other gloss products, but I've been focusing on those 3 that I talked about. The NYX one, the e.l.f. one, and the Maybelline one. And then lastly, for the products that I have not yet started working on, we have my lipsticks from Colourpop in the shade Chateau, which is a very, very like bold kind of shade. It looks like this, and this is how much I've left of it. I'm not sure if I'm going to get through this one this year, but I'll try my best. And it's definitely more of a wintry type of shade, like autumn winter shade, which is why I haven't started working on it yet. Then the last product that I have to talk about is another lipsticks from Colourpop, and this is in the shade Boa, which I had in my Product Apocalypse, and I'm happy to say that I was able to finish this one. This is the one that I used as a cream blush before the Burberry one, and I was able to finish it in the last quarter, which is very exciting. It's not a color that I would reach for my lips much anymore, but it was beautiful as a cream blush, so I did really enjoy it that way. But it is another empty. Alright, so those were all of the products that I am working on this list. And in the last quarter, I didn't do like the absolute best. I only finished 4 products, but I did do some really good progress on quite a few of them, and I'm very, very close on quite a few. And those 4 products equals 8% of the list, which again is definitely behind, but I'm not too worried about it because I am again making a lot of progress on some of them, and I know some of these were always meant to be like long haul products that I knew were going to stay in for the full year, so I'm not too worried, but yeah, happy that I at least have a couple empties. And in quarter 1, by the way, for reference, I finished 7 products, and that means that currently I have a total of 11 empties in this project, which equals 22%. So again, definitely behind, but I am again not too worried about it. So that is kind of like where I'm sitting at the product right now. I have talked you through the goals when I went through each product, but just to recap, that the products that I'm hoping to finish for quarter 3 is going to be my Becca Under Eye Corrector, my Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue, my Chanel Powder, and my Pie Highlighter. Then for eyeshadows, I'm hoping to finish my Glam Shop Bombawi eyeshadow, my NYX Cream Shadow, Colourpop Prima Drama, which is 3. Then for lip products, I'm hoping to finish Dior Lip Glow, my YSL Rouge Pure Couture in 17, again the one I'm wearing currently. And then those kind of lip glosses type of formulas, the NYX Lip Oil, the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Gloss, and the Maybelline Lifter Gloss, and lastly the Burberry Tea Rose. So those are the ones that I'm trying to finish. I did mention also potentially adding another eyeshadow in, so Laser or Vegas Base or one of the other ones in my BYOP, but I wasn't sure which one I was going to go for, so I took that off the list for now. But with all of those products that I'm pretty sure that I can try to finish, that would be 13 additional empties for the next update, which would be amazing because that would be more products in 1 month than not 1 month, in 1 quarter than I was able to finish in the first 2 combined. So that is going to be it for my update today. If you're doing something similar, let me know how you're doing, how you're tracking along with your progress. I am really happy with the progress, even though I am a little bit behind, but again, I'm hoping that next quarterly update is going to be absolutely amazing. But yeah, I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye guys.